things. I've done Crescents before. I did it on Succession last time. But we're going to do it on non-Succession. Now, you could do Marnie, but I've not actually tested the Marnie here. Not because it's contested, but because Marnie might give you a faster respawn. Maybe you get a tighter loop. The problem with Crescents is that the trash is very heavy, and you get a lot of it if you run Agris like it suggests. So we're going to do that, but because there's an Agris spot, we might as well test it, whereas Crescent or Kadri wasn't an Agris. So it is going to overload us with trash. I guess if you didn't have Agris, it probably wouldn't overload you. Because I'm not willing, I'm going to run a level 1 loot scroll, but maybe run level 2 with this. I'm not actually sure whether it's worth it or not. Oftentimes with Agris, you do run level 2, but not always. Crescents are down horrendous at the moment compared to Kadri's, which is hilarious. This is obviously because of the guaranteed upgrades. You can now make 2 pen Crescent rings for extremely cheap via the Jatina system, which I've never done before. So, yeah. This is where Crescents is, if you didn't know. It's in the desert, so you have to go follow the mountains this way. Now, you can leave your horse up here by the NPC for the node. There's the node manager, so you just leave it up here if you want to store horse trash. I have a Crocodile Sanctuary, so I'm just going to do that instead. Okay, let's turn our Agris on, which I have max Agris. I'm not going to swap anything else. Our drop rate is going to be really high. Because we have an event giving us 80%. There it is. I'm not going to go Arsha this time. Again, I'm trying to avoid Arsha. But it's still going to be a really high drop rate, so... Let's get loot scroll on. Which just the loot scroll is 272%. And then I don't even have to... Oh! Do I kill Sangoon? Sangoon does allow us to break past the grind spot's limit. Yes, let's go kill Sangoon. Wait, you battle mass 5? Okay, yeah, swap then. That's easier than me going and killing it. I actually don't know what the progress is on my new infinite potion that I'm trying to sell. In terms of how many autonomous elements. Obviously, I'm 1 out of 3 because I got the direct drop. Yeah, you're right. It does have a drop. All right, good stuff. I don't have to actually kill Sangoon for once. Isn't that nice? All right. I don't actually recommend running what I just popped. This was to kill Sangoon quickly, but you could just run giants or beasts or whatever. You don't have to run anything expensive. All right. Pets out. Our drop rate is 292, so we just need... Oh, it's... No, it's not 9 times. So, actually, so level 3. Usually by max, but because of my drop rate levels, we'll go for that. There you go. 320. Okay, let's do it. Forgot how much the pets struggle to keep up with this. You really don't need to go mega fast if you're going to use Agris, because you're just kind of wasting your Agris if you go super fast, because you leave shit on the ground. I'm seeing how much money Crescents is and how many autonomous elements you can get per hour on high drop rate. Even this is really too fast. I think the problem Crescents has is that it is so centered around pets. It's really not somewhere that I think is that great. Well, it is if you... Okay, if you burn Agris, I think it's really centered around pets. I guess it's not so bad if you leave a lot of loot on the ground, as long as it's not wasting your Agris points. I mean, per kill, I'm getting 6, I guess. 6 tokens per kill. I mean, you could just go like this. But when it gets real dense, you're not going to have the pets keeping up even if you have them maxed like I do. I don't really know how much money per hour the trash is going to end up, but I think that's quite critical in your decision to run any Agris, let alone a level 2 loot scroll, or level, you know, or just running level 1 only. You definitely have a better handle of the weight limit problems you might come across, even with a horse, if you just run level 1. Like, if the trash doesn't end up being that much, I mean, how much does it give? It's 10,000. I mean, it's funny how much that's power creep though, because I think when this grind spot first came out, that trash would have been worth like, what do you guys think? 1,000? Something like that. I'm getting a lot of rubber banding around those little drop-offs there. Oh, did I leave that on from yesterday? Oh, okay, let me fix that. Oh, yeah, because I ended the stream after Node War. Yeah, it was really crazy. Do you remember that 1v1 we had against Strog Wusa? That was insane. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it to level 2. I just want to see how much it increases the trash. We're getting 6 per kill at the moment, so let's see what we get. 7. Okay, so it only increases it by 1. So yeah, you definitely don't want to run level 1. There's my first Autonomous element. That's pretty good timing. 5 minutes in, we take those. Let's see if that keeps up. Problem is now there's a cooldown, so I can't set it to level 1 until 4 minutes and 43 seconds. Okay. Just have to remember to do that. So I'm not entirely... Like, I could just, like, breeze through this. But I'm just not entirely sure it would actually increase too much because of the stuff I'm leaving on the floor, just because I'm killing the mobs. I mean, I guess it's better for XP to breeze through, but it's unlikely you need that much XP at this point. It's not like it's an XP spot. I guess it's okay for XP, this. Polys would be better. I'm gonna claim this, just get rid of this. Oh, that's the quest done anyway for the daily. That's an XP quest I think you get while killing mobs. The amount of PvP we used to have here when this grind spot first released in 2016, man. Back then, people were like, oh my god. A ring better than Mark of Shadow? Byron, thank you so much for the 10 months, man. I appreciate that so much. Welcome back, dude. Although I'm taking a pretty chillaxed approach today, I think. We do need to actually go make lots and lots of money. I need 30 billion for the crons to click Pendebereka necklace. Okay, nice little frame freeze. This is like, obviously my weight's getting kind of nuts, so usually just go up there and do it, but... I'm gonna use my easy trash trick. I mean, I could actually just... This horse in particular could be left there. It's high enough level. Mobs don't aggro this one. But... There's a lot of trash left behind there, man. Come on, PA. Up our pet limit. Add a few more pets for quests for new people. One thing, at least from a new player's perspective, is even if you don't end up grinding much more than an hour of this, you still get something out of it other than the loot, because you can get ecology if you've never been here before on a new account. There's a Crescent ring. Too bad it's only 20 million. Insane prices of cadres on EU right now. I don't know what NA is like, because NA is much more a Giga Blaster server. $70 million. That's really wild for NA. Although, I guess the thing is, like, even if the cadre ring is less popular on NA, it's probably going to be worth more just because everything is worth more on NA. Like, everything. It's 59 million on NA right now. So it's like 9 million more. Interesting. Yeah, everything on NA is just insane. The market is so much more damp. See, look at this is the problem. This area, man, there's so much loot here. Okay, should be able to turn off level 2. Yeah, I can. Okay, good stuff. Think so. If you ran level 2 the whole time, you're probably looking at a couple thousand more trash. Since you're probably killing a few thousand mobs, and it's only one trash more on level 2, so... One nice thing about these low-end spots, though, regardless of your gear scores, you can run 15% lightstone set bonus effect. You don't need any special lightstones for this kind of grind. Might as well run drop rate. Provided you need the drop rate. And invest in the node. Those Kadri prices are nuts, though. Interesting question. Sissel's a little out of favor for obvious reasons. Yeah. 15 billion only. It's spiked on NA. 31. Oh my god. 32 basically. Wow. I think the problem with Sissel is it competes against the Deboreka necklace. That's really hard to do. You know, when it's competing against Ogre, you know, it's something, but Centaur belt's at 40. Yeah, Centaur belt is the best in slot evasion accessory though, so that's always going to be a decent price, I think. Yeah, ours are going up a little bit, but they're still 10 billion behind yours. I mean, everything is just always more expensive on NA, though, so it's just how it is. It means that if you actively play the game, by grinding and life skilling, you produce anything, you end up making very good money, but then you compete with the facet that you are also having to pay more for things that you want. So it's double-edged sword with inflation on that server. On EU, you don't make as much money from grinding, but then things that you buy aren't usually as expensive, except for when it comes to things that are related to cronstones. A good example of that has always been the Kafra stones, I think. It's the wrong horse, Enfield. Makes it look like I've got a duo Crescent ring, but it's Tavallo that you get.
I hate Rangers! I fucking hate them!
Hey, thanks for the follow, man. How much are Kafris on NA right now? $2.4, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, life skilling is actually insane money on NA. Like, it could be very good money on EU too, but like, due to the prices of things, if you're set up to life skill, you. Just pop the giants just to get the movement speed. Well, perfumes are struggling on EU too, to be fair. Due to the new grind spots requiring Perfume of Courage as well, obviously. So you've got like people, they're listed, but obviously very expensive. Oh yeah, whale hunting is nuts. Yeah, charm on EU. 14. Wait, Crescents. Well, I figured I'd kill two birds with one stone. I'm testing these kind of spots to see what kind of money they'd be like for a new player. The Gatekeeper. Oh, they must have changed this. Yeah, well, they were scary up until recently. I think they changed the way that they work. Anyway, yeah, so, and the other reason is because while doing my Harmony grind the other day to turn my Harmony crystals into Macalots to sell them, at Blood Wolves to get, obviously I was there for Cactanax for the Harmonies, I got the direct Blood Wolf drop. I mean, I was on 420% drop rate, so I guess maybe I shouldn't be so surprised. But yeah, anyway, I got that, so I was like, oh, okay. So now I'm like, okay, eventually I want to be able to sell an infinite potion because I have that, right? So, yeah, nice, yeah. Well, we had the castle buff. We had, obviously I grinded on Arsha, killed Sangoon, had good drop rate anyway, so yeah. 420%. Huge drop percent. Anyway, so yeah, I want to turn that into money eventually, so I figured I could test a bunch of new player spots like this and others that drop a Tannis element, see how many Tannis elements we can actually get from each spot, see how they feel, what are the ups and downs, while also gaining those Tannis elements for myself. So far, this one has only been 2, though, so not amazing. It started off good. 5 minutes in, I got one, but then we've slowed down. And that's only the second one, I believe. But I am now on the big money grind. I need 30 billion to get enough Cronstones to click Pen Deboreka necklace on my Tet Deboreka that I have in storage. So, absolutely terrifying. We'll see how much money I make throughout the week, and on Saturday, I want to do a subathon from Saturday to Sunday. Well, yes, yeah, so I'd still want the Pendon earrings, but I failed a lot of Pendons, and while grinding Olans, I clicked a second Tet Deboreka earring, and now that I have 2 Deboreka earrings, I'm like, well, it makes way more sense to put the Dawn earrings on hold for now and complete the 3 set. By getting the Pen Deboreka. Yes, I could use obviously I could use Tet, but I'd really rather just get Pen and then sell my Ogre Ring, my Leighton, whatever. So yeah, that's the plan. So for now, the Dawn Earrings are on hold. I will go straight back to them, though. So like, they'll be the next thing after this. I might even just give up and buy them both, to be honest with you. If I get lucky with the Deboreka necklace, and I absolutely pray I do, you know, maybe like all these Dawn earrings that have failed going to Pen, maybe they were all giving their lives so that the Deboreka could live. I don't know. I hope so. I hope more than anything that's the thing that I one-tap, you know, like that's the moment where the RNG all comes together. But, you know, this is BDO, who knows. Anyway, so if it does succeed, and it's early, I will, yeah, I'll just probably buy it. Polyforce is good with Ranger. You made per hour like 650k silver. Is that supposed to be million, maybe? Yeah, so Polyforce is on the list to test. I'm going to do Fogans after this as well. I mean, buying is always the way. I always tell people to buy. The only reason I click is for two reasons. I do like having my name on it, but also I'm a streamer and people like seeing enhancing on streams. It's content, so... It's not content for me when I keep failing, but, you know, it's content for other people. Anyway, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. But the dream is obviously if the Deboreka does succeed, then at that point, if it's like an early success or, you know, I mean, absolute prayers that it's a one tap on, well, I mean, it's not a one tap for my next inline pen accessory. It would be like 11. I think I failed Donnering 11 times. But that's not 11 on 10%. That's 11 on 15%, so... Because I was using a fat fail stack. The fail stack I'm using for the Donnering is this one. Oh, hang on. This one. 289. So I wasn't, you know, there was no... I was swinging punches, man. I wasn't clicking on a 200 stack. I was hitting that shit hard. Just won't go. And that's the stack I'm going to click the Deboreka on is 301. So it's even higher than that one. So, yeah. Fingers crossed, like... If there's like a system where like karma builds up or something, you know, that's what it's building up to. Like I said, hopefully the Donnerings died so that the Deboreka necklace could live, and that's my cope right now, like my big cope. I mean, the thing is, like with the Deborekas, like I'm not being funny, but like I know so many people that got RNG carried on Deboreka. And there's like one person I know of that like suffered on Pen Deboreka necklace. I mean, maybe it's like a bias because people do tend to click it on a much higher stack than other pen accessories, and maybe that's what is happening. But I really do know a lot of people that got lucky on it. I hope I'm not that person that again, you know, is like, oh yeah, everyone was up, but you got fucked. So I really, really, really just hope I one-tap it, you know. And like I said, because I still don't have that Donnering, it's, you know, when I click it in terms of just pen accessory clicks, you know, it won't be a one-tap for pen accessories, right? Because it'll be like 11 taps or something. But for just Pen Deboreka, it'll be one tap if it went, right? But I hope it does go, I don't care. I don't want to suffer on Deboreka, not on EU especially, but yeah. It'll be a while before I click pen on any other Deboreka, enviously. Eventually I'll click pen on the earrings, I think, but... By that point we might have the rings. The Deboreka rings, and at that point... Yeah, then that's different, right? Maybe that's different, right? Right now... So the accessories I'd be missing after the Deboreka, not including pen Deboreka earrings, right? Like, the actual accessories I'm missing, my swaps... I need, in total, yeah, so, okay, so in total I would need, I want a belt. I'm not sure what I'm going to settle on. This is a belt for PvE and for Succession, but not for Awakening. Awakening will be very close to basically being done. I need a belt. I need... That might end up being a Tet Deboreka belt as well. I might just buy that. I still need the Dawn Earrings, so I want double pen Dawn Earrings as swaps for high evasion targets. And then I also would like Ominous Rings at pen. Hey Rylock, is it good money? No, not like compared to like the money I could make at any endgame spot, but that's Wow, that's a lot of Crescents. Too bad they're worthless. But, you know, obviously, like, I'm testing it to see how much money could be possibly made here by someone who is newer to the game with seasonal gear, seeing what the money is like. Hey, it's okay, Rylock. We're just chilling. But also, I need to craft another infinite potion to sell it because I got a direct drop at Blood Wolves while trying to make Macalod crystals. Basically, obviously, to turn a Harmony crystal into money, you need to make it into a Macalod. And to make it into a Macalod, you need to get Cagsonac crystals. So what I do is I stack up a lot of Harmony crystals, and when I have a lot, I go to Blood Wolves and farm the Cagsonacs for them. While I was doing that, it was during when we had castle buff, so I was like 420% drop rate, and I dropped the direct potion piece from Blood Wolves, so it set me off on a little journey of like slowly acquiring Atanus elements at different grind spots and testing how they are for new players while also getting Atanus elements for myself. I don't have many yet. I haven't done loads, but so far we have 22. So we're almost a quarter of the way to a new one. And then I would need another 100 after that. Or I'd just go and finish the... I mean, to be honest with you, Nighttime Shuriken is probably good enough that I really probably don't need to do another 100. But at the very least, I'd avoid grinding for Forest Rhonoros, which is one of the worst grind spots in the game. In my opinion. I hate it. So yeah, anyway, like I was saying, I would like double Ominous as well. So there's a couple items I'd like to swap. The belt is difficult because I kind of need different things for different, you know, situations. But we'll see. I think the one thing I would like to flirt with a little bit is maybe a Tebek belt, but I probably have to rein that in a little bit. I think it's just a little unreasonable. Yeah, only 2 so far, man. We have more Crescent rings than I have Atanus elements. Not to mention the Soileds. How much Agris have I used? Yeah, I mean, that's not bad. It'll be about 20k. So for a new player, obviously, you don't have anywhere more valuable other than Crescent or Centaurs to use it, so I think Centaurs is nice if you have the right class, but a lot of classes aren't as great at Centaurs due to the huge distances you need to travel and the AoE sizes you need to really clear effectively. Oh, there's an Atanus element. Thank goodness for that, man. I was really hoping it wasn't going to be horrendous. I mean, okay, now we're 3.5 an hour, so that could end up being 6. Let's open these. Let's see if we get anything. Okay, we got one ring out of Soiled so far. I think it's a I want to say 5% chance in my experience to get... I don't know if there's actually a number somewhere, but I feel like it's like 5% chance to get a Crescent ring from Soiled. Or anything from Soiled. Well, so far my most successful result is Kadri Ruins. Granted, I was on Arsha when I did that, so it had, you know, an extra 50%, but still, I mean, one nice thing about Kadri's, I uploaded a video on Kadri's too, is that the ring price for the Kadri ring is really good right now. So it's like a real prime time to do Kadri's.
I hate Rangers! I fucking hate them!
Oh, thanks, man. After this, I'm going to go test... I'm going to go test Fogan's as well. And we'll see how Fogan's is as well. Don't really know what the grind spot or rotation is for Fogan's these days. If it's Hill or Oasis or what people like to do. but we'll see. Some people are bigging up Polyforest as well. I don't know. This is Awakening Ranger. Let's have a quick drink real quick. Oh, that's good. Well, I mean, it's not so bad to get them because you can turn them into Jonas fragments. It's what I'm going to do with my Crescents anyway. Because I need them to craft Deboreka earrings from doing Black Shrine. Yeah, I tested Prodi yesterday. Or the day before. Day before. It didn't go very well. I don't think it was very good. I think with a better class and maybe the Marnie realm for it, it probably does work, but... I'm also a massive fan of the desert, so I do like being out here. I mean, obviously, like, with my gear, usually I'm grinding the best spots in the game. But sometimes it's nice to have, like, a little bit of a break from that and chill out at some of these spots instead. I have a lot of nostalgia for these spots anyway, so... Well, Blood Wolves... You may not like Blood Wolves, maybe, but the money per hour there is obscene. Yeah, Dekia History, I wish it was a bit more money, but it is a bit nostalgic to be back in history, I guess. I spent so long there. I always have special memories of when Valencia first released in the first year of the game. And, you know, getting lost in the desert. You know, then being like, oh, this is Crescent. This is the grind spot where the new ring drops, you know, better than Mark of Shadow. The gold quality ring. The special, that's a seasonal thing only, I think, Ruru. Yeah, I mean, it was just a good time. When the desert was a dangerous, dangerous place. Wow. Grats, Grizz. Pen Deboreka necklace, man. Hopefully that's me soon. We got killed there 2 times yesterday on our show. The old days when it was like, oh, is there going to be a bandit here? You know, I loved being a bandit in the desert. I was so good at escaping jail. I think recently they made an update that made it harder to escape jail. That's really sad. I had that place memorized, though, going to jail, being like, okay, how do I get out? Oh, yes, he does give a nice buff, to be fair to it. Is it better to get the earring or the ring? Earring, because you're going to get a pen crescent ring. You already have the necklace, I assume. Do you have the belt? The belt is nice. I'm seeing how many autonomous elements it is per hour, Senji. You have the belt and the necklace. There, I'll get the earring then. The ring is nice if you don't... You know, you're going to get double pen crescents eventually in those slots. So, I mean, I guess you could just get it anyway and then have it as a holding item until you get the crescents, but... I mean, normally I would suggest the ring, but yeah. Maybe you should just get the ring. It'll be a while before you have double pen crescents from Justina. And ultimately, the earring slot you're just going to replace with, like, Tet's Hungrads, which are better anyway, so... Yeah, he already has the necklace, though, so he's fine. Yeah, the ring is nice. It gives you, like, what, 17 AP, I think? So, yes, eventually it'll get bumped off with the Jatina Crescents, but it'll be a while before we have both those items, so... I think that's the way to go. Plus, the earring just gets replaced quite quickly as well. Because you can just get a... Oh. You just get a Hungrad earring. I mean, look at the prices of these Hungrad earrings. You know? Oh, he summons like a bunch of ads. Okay. Interesting. Oh, they keep coming. Are they done now? I think they're done now. What is it with like the end of these grinds where like it starts to rack up more autonomous elements than the start? A lot more Crescent rings than when I came here with Succession. I love the sunrise in Valencia, man. It's so class. Look at that.
I fucking hate them.
That's so nice. Oh, yo, thanks for the follow, dude. Appreciate you. Yeah, I wish they did nighttime better. But they do dawn and daytime really nice with remastered. It's just a shame that nighttime is too bright and they don't lean into like other sources of light to compensate. It's so wild to me, this gatekeeper change. I don't even remember the patch notes though. The change. Oh my god, okay. I have absolutely no idea if this guy does damage because I'm a bit of a gear lord, so just FYI, I don't know. Oh wait, he summons ads, right? Did he summon ads? Oh, okay. Last one summoned ads. I don't have a Pen Debo earring. Should I tap for Pen or sell a few Tets that I get from Decia Histria to buy more Tet Fallen God armors? I think you should go for the armor. I think that your gear on damage is already solid, right? An increase in survivability, however small, is always going to add up to more opportunities to kill people. I'm not sure. Sweating for a Pen Deboreka which is, of the two options, is not the guaranteed upgrade, right? The other one's guaranteed, because you're just going to buy it. I mean, eventually you're probably going to look at the Pendebereka earrings, and that's going to be viable because you have nothing else to do. But I feel like your gear-wise, so much damage and accuracy already built into it. I really don't think you need to get the pens right now. Plus, you don't know if like they add Debereka rings, and then you're like, ooh, yeah, I actually like a build with the Debereka rings, and then you want to go pen on those. I mean, let's be real, you're never going to want to sell a pen Debereka. Even if you decided the build is better doing rings instead. Whereas a Tet Debereka, yeah, okay, maybe I'll sell those. How many Debos are you getting? Like, how many hours does it take to get a Debo at Histria? It's not great, right? It's kind of bad. Yeah. I just think that you might want to wait until the rings to decide whether your build is more complemented by rings. You know, I don't know. 2 to 3 hours per Debo. You did an hour of Ash Forest and you got 4 necks? What the? I did 2 hours yesterday, didn't get one. That was so sad. Hey, Sassy. Oh, thanks for the follow. Yeah, it really started raining Adonis elements right at the end of this grind, which has left it being very, very good on Adonis. Same thing happened at Kadri, though. Like, literally, Kadri was like, oh, this isn't that great. And then at the end of the grind, like the final 20 minutes is when all the Adonis elements started dropping. Absolutely weird. I know those, I haven't bothered to upload that since we first got the tier 3 stuff, so it was all speculative. What do you actually need the add-ons for? It's PvP. What build do you have? DR? Okay. Do you know how to combo yet, or? Kind of. Wusa, you want to kill Wusa specifically? He's DR, right? Okay. I would probably do... Wailing Wind's your most important one. Because that's what you're going to start most combos with, Wailing Wind, for the buff and the debuff. So for that, you probably want a minus 20 DP. If you want to cover evasion, you could then do minus evasion on it. Otherwise, I'd probably do, like... crit damage or down attack damage, depending on what you prefer. Depending on your target, I guess. Then, if you grab someone, and then you want to like get to them because of the distance you push them, you could waltz into them, which would then trigger the add-on and close the gap and do a little bit of damage. So then you can use Waltz of Wind with 10% attack speed, and I'd probably then do accuracy for yourself. Again, if you don't care as much about evasion, then you could do human damage or PvP damage on Waltz. So attack speed, PvP damage. Yeah, you don't really need to do 30% crit that badly. You can do it later in the combo if you really want to. The real hard-hitting skills are going to have 100% crit, so it's more about crit bonus damage than it is about crit percent chance. Your most powerful ability is Tempest. So, to be fair, that's the one that probably would benefit, but because it always precedes Wailing Wind anyway, you know, it's up to you whether you want to give the crit rate to it. Because you're going to get 20% inherently from that, so it's already over 50%. Just from normal buffs. So, if your target doesn't have Giga Special Evasion, I guess, yeah. That's going to make a big difference. It's always like that gamble. Do you go for raw damage or not? But, those are the two, like, initial skills, typically, that would follow a grab. Because you're always going to hit someone with Wailing Wind. It's going to give you the crit rate. It's going to minus their range DP a lot. So it's really nice. So that's the most important add-on. And then after that, like I said, Waltz of Wind is nice because you're always going to gap close a lot with it. Then after that, you definitely want Regeneration. Regeneration is going to be your de facto reset knockdown. So what you'll often do is hit Regeneration from your hotbar. That's going to give you 10% attack speed as well. And that's your like KD reset. But usually what you would pair it with is... oh, did you get an ad? Let me know if you got an ad. I don't know if you got an ad. You didn't? Okay. So yeah, Regeneration, what you'll often do is press Regeneration from your hotbar. So that's just a hotbar skill, like mine's on 4. And then you're going to press Shift RMB. So what'll happen is if they resist... Oops. Fuck me. If they resist the knockdown that Regeneration has, then you immediately hit them with Elven Rage, because Elven Rage has its own knockdown as well. So you go like this. Right? So... Regeneration, you want to put an add-on, and then probably Elven Rage as well, because even if it's not knocking them down on its own, because Regeneration works, it'll do damage, so and hit them. So that's another one. As for another way to combo, you could do like you could basically grab get to them, go like this, and then go like that, and then like that, or with Nature's Tremble being earlier, or you could do Nature's Tremble at the end of the combo. So that would be like, let's say you grab, and then you waltz towards them, that, Tempest, and then that, and then you could do like that. So it just... Those are the skills that you just want to think about.
Rangers, I fucking hate them.
There shouldn't be anything like Ranger specific that I would worry about too much overall. It's just tier 3 add-ons to tier 3 add-ons. You know which ones are important for your build in PvP anyway. And we have everything is tier 3, and you should probably end up with overlap anyway with combo damage. So Ranger doesn't have any damage trades, so there isn't a situation where you're like, oh, this skill is being thrown out to do damage to someone that is not CC'd. That just doesn't work on Ranger. You have to combo everybody, otherwise they're just not going to die unless they're gearlet. And yeah. Give me some luck. Good luck, man. I finally got mine after 6 months. So yeah, so you want to just like focus more on the combo stuff. The only thing you could do differently is build defensive add-ons around like kiting people, if that makes sense. So if someone's trying to kill you, you want to like throw things on that slow them down, give you plus DP or something. You could do that too. Like oh my god, man. Your Rangers should always build in like open world uncapped is going to be built to tank a little bit and then focus on making the combos work. If you build like a Succession Ranger on an Awakening Ranger, you're just going to die. Like you could, like you're very lethal in a combo. Like very few classes, even a Shy, can survive that. But you're just going to die through general trade damage, which is no bueno. So, yeah. I don't know what you have to pair with it, but if you just want to combo, the most important thing is your start, what you start with. For me, that's minusing your opponent's DR, making sure your attack speed is up, and then, yeah, like I said, any combination of crit, PvP damage, things like that, I think are really important. Again, if the accuracy stuff is kind of difficult because it's really nice when you're facing an evasion player to have it front loaded, but sometimes you have to load it on the second half of the combo just because. That's why, to be fair, you could do Nature's Tremble with the accuracy related stuff and then use it early. So if you're facing an evasion player, instead of using Tremble the second half of the combo, use it early, like I said. And then be like, okay, first part of the combo, bam, bam, reset, and then that. So you could do like Nature's Tremble could have like minus evasion plus accuracy, and then you could front load it. But then generally your combo might change against an evasion player anyway, because you might want to throw in Blasting Gust as the reset instead. I can show you in Battle Arena a couple different things if you want. Oh, we're done. Okay, cool. Will do. Right, let's grab Lagarmoth. Let me turn my Agris off. Cool grind spot, though. Thorize. Okay, alright, so let's have a look. Getting used to the movement. I have a video guide on that. All the movement information you could ever want. How come you're playing Ranger? I mean, it's cool, but how come? I haven't finished the combo guide, so actually it would be quite useful to do that, as I could upload it as a temporary video. PA was like, oh yeah, we're going to revamp PvP. And I was like, oh shit, I don't want to make a video if they're going to revamp PvP. And then they just like, oh, actually, we're not revamping PvP. Or at least they haven't done it. I think so. Okay. Thanks for the prime, then. I appreciate that. Okay, so we used Agris. Yes. We did 40,000 trash. There's 424 million in trash. That is not bad for an early game spot. With Agris, I think that's okay. I mean, Centaurs is better, but again, you need the right kind of class for Centaurs, I think. 23. Where? Okay, 8. Couldn't find them. I don't even know how many of that. Oh, yeah, I actually do know. I got one, so I know that was 20. 5. 4, 6. 69, nice. And then we got 11 autonomous elements. Well, only one left. Oh my, there was so much money. 3, 9. Wow, we were really pumped here. Somebody cooked here. 4, 1, 2. Yes? I'm not missing anything, right? No, that's it. Okay, cool. We're actually 320%, so let's do 120. Oh, it won't let me do that? Okay. Is it because I have Sangunov for some reason? Oh, yeah, that's why. Okay, got it. I made more trash with Succession, though, but had much less drop rate. I mean, the Crescents didn't even carry this because they're not worth that much money. Although I'm going to turn them into Jonas fragments anyway, so. But to be fair, with Succession, I went full blitz, where with Awakening, I like slowed down so the Agris wasn't consumed by as much. So I bet I used less Agris on this one. I didn't put the numbers in, but. Oh, there was no autonomous elements, so if I put that in there, I was